Welcome, I'm the Deadwoodjedi. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video, and we have the Clan Boss Clover draft coming up pretty soon. This is coming out on Saturday. That means you'll probably see this, you'll hopefully see this before the draft, which is actually going to be Sunday at 4 p.m. UTC. So hopefully I'll see you all there. We're going to be doing it live on YouTube, streaming, which I haven't done a lot, so hopefully that goes without any hitches. But it should be a lot of fun. We always have a great time when we do these drafts. This being the second one, the first one went really well. And I'm really hopeful to see you guys there, but we've got a lot of different rules involved on this one, right? And so one of the things that is a big part of the rules is no legendaries. And I thought what I would do is look at 30 champions, my top 30 champions that are epics, that are probably going to end up getting picked in this draft. Now, obviously not all these champions will get picked, right? Undoubtedly, someone will stray from my formula and do something on their own. On top of that, you know, there's going to be exclusions on my list that many of you would have in yours. I would love to hear which ones those are. Absolutely share your ideas on that. But, you know, there's some things we should probably keep in mind. One, probably not going to have any unkillable teams. Two, I'm not factoring in if a champion has green or not. Just a bonus for this exercise. And three, there's going to be like an exclusion phase. There's all sorts of stuff kind of going on with the draft itself. When I'm doing this list, they're not in order, so I'm not starting with my number one pick. I'm just doing 30, top 30 in random order. Basically in faction order is really how this is going. But I figure we count them down, we'll put them out there, and you guys can see and tell me if I got them right, if I got them wrong, if I'm missing somebody, to help me get my list together. It's a little bit of a cheat code. Okay, so that's kind of the plan for today. We're going to go ahead and do that, and I think it should be fun. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Then, of course, we have Demitha, the queen herself, being able to extend the duration of buffs, do crazy healing. Even if we don't have the block damage ability, which is by itself insane, she's still going to be an excellent option for a lot of teams. Of course, can't forget Maneater, the unkillable king himself. This guy's going to definitely be one of the top, you know, picks in this draft. Probably going to be, we imagine, going to be vetoed by you guys in the chat, but he's extremely good. Also brings decreased attack, is not something to forget about with him as well. So he does have a little bit of versatility. The Ogrins have a ton of good champions, actually. So let's pay attention. First, we're going to start off with Skull Crusher. He's probably going to go number one. I mean, the only champion in this game with counterattack that's an epic. It's insanely good and going to really transform any team that gets him. This is, in my opinion, the number one pick for this draft. I'm talking about Deacon Armstrong. Insane champion, brings leech, decreased defense, and that turn meter boost, allowing you to go to 2-1 ratio just by himself. For me, my number one pick. Can't talk about Clan Boss champions without talking about Seeker, one of only 3 champions that can help you go to a 2-1 ratio with only them, Deacon and Mashal being the others. Absolutely insanely good. Better for unkillable teams, but still going to be really nice for this too. Now, if I had this champion, he might actually be my number one pick. I'm talking about Farrakhan the Fat. Absolutely bonkers good champion. Has, you know, ally attack ability, decreased defense, poisons, HP burn. There's a lot to love about this champion, and I'm really bitter that he's not on my account. Shadowkin actually has a lot of Clan Boss champions, including Taragi the Frog, which is insane. I mean, putting up poisons while protecting your team and having decreased attack, I don't know what else you want from a champion. Of course, Geomancer is kind of one of the gods of, you know, Clan Boss with his passive damage that he does when he has HP burn up. Insane champion. Definitely going to be a valued member of one of these teams. Another faction with a lot of great champions, but not a lot of great Clan Boss champions. I'm talking about the Dark Elves, but we do have Dark Kale, who is going to be insane. This might be one of the top picks going in this draft. I mean, we're talking about bringing decreased attack, tons of poison, extending the duration of them, and even activating them. He's going to be really, really good. This is one of my favorite champions, talking about Godseeker Neri. She hits extremely hard, defense-based champion, provides a lot of healing as well. And on top of that, has revive and a buff extension. If I'm trying to go at a 2-1 ratio, chances are I'm going to be wanting Godseeker. I don't want to take him, but somebody's definitely going to, and I'm talking about Warcaster because he brings a block damage buff. It's only for 1 turn, but that 1 turn could make all the difference in the world. You don't have to block damage for the entire fight, right? You know, just blocking the stun, just blocking one of the AoEs can make a huge, huge difference. So I'm pretty sure somebody's going to take him, being one of the few champions that brings Unkillable as an AoE. Let's start it off with the Doom Tower Epic Archmage Helmet. Now, he's not going to bring any debuffs or anything crazy like that. What he does bring is some sweet buffs, including increased speed on a 3-turn cooldown. He's very hard to speed tune with, but if we're just going against Void, it's going to be possible, and actually probably very good. Well done, too. He also brings like some crit rate, increased crit rate, and crit damage buffs, I believe. So he's a very good champion for this, and I think someone that will definitely get picked. Now, champions that might really get overlooked, Kunoichi, extremely hard to speed tune, but if you can, brings a lot that you want at this table. Leech, Weaken, and Ally Protection. Gotta love all of those things. Definitely a top tier choice for this competition. Talk about under the radar, Hatatsu, insane healer. He's got increased defense, decreased attack, leech ability. There's really a lot to love about this guy. Even if he gets stunned, he'll actually cleanse it off of himself. It's a very good option here. There aren't a ton of orc champions that I love for clan boss, but I absolutely love Sandlash Survivor. She is absolutely one of the best. Hits extremely hard, extends the duration of buffs, and on top of that has that emergency ally protection, which is super clutch when trying to build a traditional team. Now, Aox, to remember, is really fantastic. Brings decreased attack and decreased crit rate, which is actually fairly valuable. A ton of poisons, really good heal ability, and on top of that has the ability to extend the duration of debuffs. He's definitely going to be a really nice addition to some team. Venomage is insanely good with passive damage reduction based off of his heal when he plays heal reduction, decreased defense, decreased attack, and poisons. Kind of a complete kit all in one here. Then we have to talk about one of my favorites, Vergis, ally protection champion who's absolutely insane. Puts a lot of buffs on one champion, your leader champion, but can make some really complex speed tunes surprisingly easy to do as a result. So he's definitely somebody I have on my list. One champion I think that might get overlooked and really shouldn't because she can do insane damage is Whisper. Now, it's hard to speed tune with a champion that gets a bunch of extra turns randomly, but she brings a lot to the table, including weaken, possibly decreased defense, and a ton of damage. Definitely someone we want to keep an eye on. The Dwarves also have a bunch of amazing champions, including Rearguard Sergeant, with that ally protection, decreased defense, decreased attack, and healing. Like so much in this kit. Absolutely fantastic. If we're talking about perfect clan boss kits, Sui Ren might have one of the best. We've got poisons on the A1, decreased defense, and a weaken ability. I mean, as far as debuffer goes, she kind of is the full package here. And finally, I think one of the best champions actually for clan boss is Enda Moonbeam. I don't think I have this on my account, but extremely good. Just brings a lot to the table, including leech ability, debuff increase, as well as decreased defense. A lot of stuff to like in that kit, and definitely somebody worth bringing onto your team. I would not be surprised if we see a Runekeeper Dazzdirk appear. Insane turn meter boost, increased attack buff, leech, which might be the most important thing, not to mention a cleanse and heal ability. Runekeeper is really good, not to be slept on. Sepulchre Sentinel obviously is going to be a mainstay for a lot of these teams. Increased defense, block debuffs, decreased attack on the A1, and an insanely good passive ability. Sepulchre Sentinel is fantastic. While there are other options in the Skinwalker faction that I might or you might opt for, I'm going with Steel Skull. This is one of my original champions that I ever used. Absolutely love him. He's got increased defense, tons of healing, and poisons as well. Just really like his kit overall. Of course, I can't forget bringing up a Jarrag, who's an insane ally protection, increased defense champion, but also has massive healing with his passive ability. Definitely someone not to sleep on. When talking epics for clan boss, have to go with Tayrel. OG super clutch champion, brings decreased attack, decreased defense, and on top of that can hit extremely hard. So why Firstborn is absolutely insane for clan boss, really brings all the debuffs you need. Decreased defense, weaken, decreased attack, and she can hit extremely hard. Definitely somebody I have on my short list. And then I have to mention Grush the Mangler. Tons of healing, leech, and decreased attack. Really a great champion all around. Okay, that was 30 champions. That was 30 champions that I think are going to be great for this draft. I left a lot of people off the list. I'll be honest, when I was doing this, I named more than 30 and I had to trim it down because 30 is it's a much smaller list than I thought, which is good. It tells me that we have a lot more options at our disposal than I originally thought, even if it's not like a crazy abundant amount. But there's definitely going to be more than a few champions for us to choose from. Now it's going to be about crafting that team. That's the part that's going to get a little bit tricky. So I'm definitely interested to see where this goes, see what the final results are, and talk about these teams. More importantly, I'm just excited about the draft. I'm excited to see what you guys are going to ban. So remember, come by Sunday, 4 p.m. UTC. That's going to be noon on the East Coast. It's going to be 9 a.m. on Pacific Coast. And we're going to get this draft started, and I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully I'll see you all there. Until next we meet on the Deadwood Jedi.